Hello friends, this is Leslie here from leslievoice.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to see about why do recruiters give salary based on your current compensation instead of giving a compensation based on your competencies or skills, right? This was one of the questions asked by one of our YouTube subscriber. So I'm like to answer that question. So ideally the question is, why do companies or recruiters give salary based on their current compensation instead of their based on their competencies or skill set. So before we get into this video, if you're new to this channel or if this is the first time you're watching my video, please do subscribe and please do click on the bell button to receive the notifications from me for all career related videos that I upload here every week, right? So if you are somebody who wants to listen to such content and if you want to develop your career, please do subscribe and click on the bell button. Okay, so let's get into the topic now. First thing, let me answer whether this is true or false. Okay, so in my opinion, this is not 100% true or 100% false. Okay, so why do I say that is, there are certain companies which follow only your current compensation and offer you, whereas there are so many other companies which really do not follow only your current compensation, whereas they look at your experience, they look at your competencies, they look at your skill set, and based on that they decide the compensation. So why do those companies give compensation based on a current salary only is they might not have a clear defined system in place which can help them to determine your compensation based on your competences. Okay, so basically startup companies or mid-sized companies might not have that setup, whereas there are a lot of MNC companies which has a very clear defined compensation ranges for each and every role for each and every level. So that means if they are hiring somebody with 3 years of experience for a particular skill set, they clearly know or they have a very clear defined compensation ranges. They cannot offer somebody beyond that compensation range or they cannot offer somebody less than that compensation range. They have to offer somebody within that compensation range. That is must. They have to do that. Okay. So, as I said, they have to offer somebody within this range only. So you might ask me, how do they define this compensation range? On what basis they say for this particular skill set, this is the compensation range? So this is defined by the company. There is a particular team which is called as compensation and benefits team. What this team does is they research a lot about their competitors and what does the industry pay for that particular skill set. Okay, based on that they take all those inputs. There are a lot of companies which does that research very at a high level, so it's a very clear deep research that they do. Based on that research, they and also based on the company policies and internal approvals, budget, they decide what is the best compensation range that we can have, the company can have. So you may again ask me, what if they keep the compensation range very low, right? Instead of keeping it between 10 to 15 lakhs. Let's take an example. Okay, so if you are a Java developer with some 7 years of experience, let's say. So ideally for a 7 years of experience, let's say the compensation in the industry is something close to 17 to 25 lakhs. Okay, so you are a Java developer with 7 years of experience and the industry compensation range is something close to 17 to 25 lakhs. Now, based on this research, they identify that, and they have to, this company have also need to do something in this range itself. They cannot have a lesser range. What will happen if they have a lesser range? They will not be able to attract the top talent. Hence, the purpose of having a competitive compensation does not make sense, right? If they have, instead of having 70 to 25 lakhs, if they have 10 to 15 lakhs, most of the top talent candidates will not be coming to them, right? So, they define all these things based on the industry standards or industry, what is the competitor pay, okay? So, this may vary from industry to industry. For example, you are a Java developer in the services industry, so your compensation might be different. Whereas you are a Java developer in the banking industry, like companies like JP Morgan, right? All those companies. Then your compensation might differ there also. So, not very much, but slightly it will differ, okay? So, ideally, if you are looking at a better hike, you cannot, if you are already paid as per the industry standards, right, then you cannot expect a 50, 60, 70% hike. That's not the reality. Please understand, right? If you are paid really less than the industry standards, whereas your skill set is really high, then there is a possibility of getting 40, 50, 60% hike. How do I say that? For an example, as I said earlier, let's take the same example. You are having, let's say, some around 8 years of experience, and the industry pay for 8 years of experience Java developer is something close to 16 to 25 lakhs, okay? Whereas you are paid only 11 lakhs, but you have a very good skill set. Still you have a very good skill set, but you are paid only 11 lakhs. In this scenario, if you are going to a company which has a pay range of 16 to 25 lakhs and you are getting shortlisted there, minimum they have to offer you 16 lakhs, right? That means it's already beyond 30% hike, correct? It's already beyond 30% hike. So, from 16 to 17 they can offer you, which will be very much higher than the industry hike standards, okay? So, that is one option. The other option, if you are already paid 17, 18 lakhs as per the industry standards, then you need to ideally look for a different industry which is paying much higher than your industry. Then only you can actually get a 70 or 60% hike. Otherwise, you have to hold on to 25-30% hike. As I said, the industry to industry difference might not be huge. So again, you cannot expect 60-70% hike, whereas you can expect little slightly higher than what you can get in your industry. Okay, so this is the idea. So as I said, initially it is the every company has the pay ranges, compensation ranges for each and every role, and everybody is paid according to that. So you may ask me, you have a budget for 16 to 25 lakhs. Why don't you pay me 25 lakhs? It can be a genuine question from you, right? I cannot pay you 25 lakhs because the next year I cannot give you a promotion because it's just a year you are completed inside the organization, and I cannot give you a hike. Will you be motivated to stay in the organization? Obviously no, right? So ideally what recruiters does is they try and see if they can offer you something between the minimum to the midpoint of this compensation range, so that there can be a hike internally and you can grow in the same role for 1 or 2 years and then you get a promotion, right? So this is how the process works, okay? And there will be internal approvals if they really need to go beyond 30-40% hike. Then that is also a challenge for the recruiters, for the hiring managers, all of them, okay? So ideally they don't prefer to go for it because they might lose the opportunity to hire also, right? It can work both the ways. Either they get an approval or they don't get an approval also. So ideally they don't try to go to that level unless until it's really, really required. You are a very, very skilled person, top talent, then they might do that, okay? Finally, I have a question to you. The question is, if you are asking that you have to be paid as per the competency, not based on the last compensation, fine. Let's say, imagine that none of the companies in India is going to ask you for the current compensation or the last compensation. Now, will you accept if the company pays purely based on your competency, which is equivalent to your current compensation or slightly higher than your current compensation or lesser than your current compensation? Do you think you will accept? No, right? So ideally it has its own benefits and disadvantages also. Okay, so we have to really think. It will take some time for the industry to change, but currently companies do ask for your current compensation. That doesn't mean they are going to give you a hike only based on that. They definitely they consider it, but that is not only based on it alone, right? And though they will talk to you, this is the hike, you are giving, we are going beyond 30% hike, all that they will talk, but internally there are a lot of other components which come together to decide the compensation. So to answer the question, it is both the ways, sometimes true, sometimes false, based on the company, okay, and their process. So if you like this video, please subscribe, like and share. And if you have any questions, please do comment here. Thank you.